now trying to explain what this now deleted post, apparently depicting him as Jesus, is all about. Moments ago, the president said he thought it was showing him as a doctor.
It wasn't a depiction. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and it had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better.
Important to point out, some of the president's own supporters criticized him and interpreted it as him sort of depicting himself as Jesus. Joining us now to discuss is Father Patrick Mary Briscoe, the co-host of the Godsplaining podcast. Father, thank you so much for being with us. First, I just want to get your reaction to this image the president posted and then his explanation.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. It's a very difficult situation here because, of course, we don't want to see anyone in a dispute with the Pope. The Pope is certainly not out to make enemies, and I think that I can shed some perspective here. Certainly, when I looked at the image as a Catholic priest, it seemed to me that the president had depicted himself as Jesus, and I and many others, not just Catholics, but Protestant Christians alike, denounced the image immediately as sacrilegious. It does appear the president has deleted the image, but I would say even more problematic now is the fact that the president has not offered an apology for the image or an apology for his other marks concerning Pope Leo and the current war in Iran.
To sort of condense for our viewers what happened, the Pope spoke out against armed conflict. The president attacked Pope Leo directly, and I'm paraphrasing, essentially saying that he was put in place by the Vatican as a response to his, Trump's, presidency. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean about people having the framework wrong. You see, the Pope is not a political leader in that way. The Pope is not running for office. He doesn't have to be reelected. The Pope's role is not to craft or endorse specific foreign policy, but he is to advocate for the cause for peace, for human dignity, and especially for the vulnerable, for those who are going to be suffering most for the war. So Pope Leo on the plane today, he's in the middle of an apostolic journey to Africa. Pope Leo on the plane today said that he is not a politician, and he focused his support, his message again on ending the war and presenting himself most importantly as an advocate of the gospel's message. And I think that's the key, to see the Pope and to understand that the Pope is not simply a political rival of the American president. That's not now the case. It's never been the case. But to hear the Pope as an advocate for human dignity throughout the world, as an advocate for peace, as someone that wants to present and further and advance diplomatic solutions to some very difficult problems. So certainly the Pope would condemn any instances of violations of human dignity in regimes like the regime that had headed Iran. But the Pope understands that a just solution has to be found, a solution that again furthers the cause for peace.
How do you see